a true story that might make you cry. God's Word inspires a shining example in everyday life, a journey of trust in God. Today, I want to share with you a story, not a distant fairy tale or a dramatic novel, but a true, simple, yet profoundly meaningful tale that I witnessed firsthand in a small countryside village. This is the story of Anna, an ordinary woman who radiated light in the midst of daily life with her generous heart, pure soul, and above all, her unwavering faith in God. Her life was like a book with pages glowing with brightness and others stained with tears, but every line shimmered with a single message. Trust in God, no matter if life brings sunny days or stormy nights. Anna wasn't a celebrity, nor did she possess grand houses or expensive jewelry. She was just a humble village woman, living in a tiny hamlet nestled beside vast rice fields and dusty red dirt paths. Yet, what made her extraordinary wasn't her appearance or possessions. It was the way she lived, always turning her heart toward God, finding light in the darkest moments, and believing that everything in life rested in His loving hands. If you're feeling weary or facing challenges that seem insurmountable, I hope this story will be like a gentle breeze, soothing your soul and reminding you that as long as you trust and surrender, God will guide you through every trial. Join me as we step into Anna's journey, a journey filled with emotion, meaning, and, above all, hope. A gentle childhood by the village stream. Anna was born in a small village, a place where every home carried the breath of nature, where rice fields stretched out like a green carpet, and the golden hues of sunset bathed everything in warmth. It was a place where life moved slowly, where people knew each other across generations, and where the laughter of children mingled with the rustling of bamboo groves along the village edge. In this peaceful setting, Anna grew up, blessed with a beauty that left everyone in awe. Even as a young girl, Anna stood out. Her skin was fair and smooth like the moonlight, her eyes as clear as an autumn lake, and her long, glossy hair flowed like a cool stream. But her beauty wasn't just skin deep. Anna had a warm heart, a sensitive spirit, and a soul always drawn to goodness. To her, true beauty wasn't in the praises of others. It was in the way she loved and lived fully for those around her. Anna's father passed away when she was very young, leaving her and her mother in a simple wooden house by the village path. Her mother, a resilient woman, raised Anna alone with all the love and sacrifice she could muster. Those days were far from easy. The family was poor, their meals often consisting of wild greens and a handful of rice. But Anna's mother never let her daughter go hungry. She worked tirelessly, from dawn when dew still clung to the leaves until night when the moon hung high, hoping only that Anna would grow up healthy and happy. Even as a child, Anna understood her mother's struggles. She didn't ask for the luxuries other village kids dreamed of, like a new dress or a pair of pretty shoes. Instead, she helped with small chores, sweeping the yard, picking vegetables, or carrying water to her mother in the fields under the scorching midday sun. Though young, Anna learned early how to love and share, values that would later become the cornerstone of her life. In their little home, every evening, Anna and her mother would sit together under the flickering light of an oil lamp. Her mother would recount stories from the Bible, tales of God's love, His sacrifice, and how He walked with people through every circumstance. Anna listened, her eyes sparkling with wonder, and from those moments, the seed of faith was planted in her heart. She began praying each night, not for grand things, but to thank God for giving her a wonderful mother and a humble home filled with love. A radiant youth, filial piety as her guiding light. By the time Anna reached her 20s, she wasn't just a beautiful girl. She was a symbol of kindness and diligence in the eyes of the village. her beauty had blossomed further. Her lips were rosy like morning petals, her cheeks flushed pink when she smiled, and her gentle eyes seemed to carry the serenity of the sky. Many young men in the village were captivated by Anna. Some watched her quietly from afar as she worked in the fields. Others brought her flowers, and a few even sent handwritten letters confessing their feelings. But Anna would only smile, gently decline, and say simply, "My mother needs me more." By then, Anna's mother had grown old, her health fading. Years of hard labor had left their mark. Her hands were thin and frail, her legs trembled, and long coughing fits plagued her when the weather turned cold. Anna knew that if she left to start her own life, her mother would be alone in their empty house, a thought she couldn't bear. To her, the love she had for her mother was sacred, and she believed God wanted her to stay and care for the woman who had given her life. So, while her peers dreamed of building families and raising children, Anna chose to remain by her mother's side. She woke early and stayed up late, working in the fields to earn a few coins, washing clothes, cooking meals, and tending to her mother's every need. Some days, exhaustion overwhelmed her. Under the blazing sun, she felt like collapsing. But Anna never complained. She believed every hardship had purpose, that God saw her sweat and tears and would bless her in His own way. Each evening, Anna would sit by her mother, holding her hand and praying together. Their simple prayers echoed through the small house like a tender melody, easing the worries of the day. "Lord, please watch over my mother," Anna would whisper, "and grant me the strength to care for her well." That faith became a flame warming her heart, helping her endure the toughest times without ever resenting her lot. The villagers often spoke of Anna with admiration. They said her beauty wasn't just in her looks, but in her heart. Someone once asked her, "Anna, don't you ever regret it? At your age, you could have a happy family by now." Anna smiled, her eyes reflecting peace. "I believe everything has its time. God knows what's best for me, and I entrust it all to Him." Her optimism and devotion made her a shining example to all, though she never saw herself as anything special. Years of sacrifice, faith as a steadfast anchor. As time passed, Anna's mother grew weaker. A serious illness struck, draining her strength until her body was frail, her hands shook too much to hold a bowl, and pain kept her awake at night. Anna became her mother's everything, her eyes to see the world, her hands to grasp things, and her heart to feel loved. She didn't just care for her mother physically, she was her greatest spiritual support. Every day, she sat patiently by her side, sharing stories from the fields, singing soft hymns, and holding her hand so she'd never feel alone. But life wasn't always kind. Some days, the money from field work couldn't cover her mother's medicine. Some nights, her mother's pain kept Anna awake, her heart aching with helplessness. In those moments, she'd sit by the bed, tears falling silently, but she never let her mother see her weakness. Anna didn't want her to worry or feel like a burden. Instead, she prayed quietly, lifting her pain and fragile hope to God. "Lord, I ask nothing for myself, only the strength to keep going." Every morning at dawn, as the sun peeked over the horizon, Anna would walk to the church. She knelt before the statue of Jesus, hands clasped, pouring out everything she carried inside. Tears fell on the cold stone floor, but after each prayer, she rose with renewed strength. Faith didn't erase her struggles, but it was the light guiding her, the anchor keeping her steady in the darkest storms. Then one day, her mother passed away. She took her final breath in a peaceful sleep, leaving Anna in an emptiness nothing could fill. Anna was over 40 by then, an age many thought too late to start anew. The funeral was quiet, attended by just a few neighbors. Standing by her mother's grave, her eyes dry from too many tears, Anna felt no bitterness or despair. She looked to the sky and whispered, "Lord, thank you for the time I had with her. Now please guide me forward on your path." A quest for meaning, a prayer answered. After her mother's death, Anna had time to reflect on herself for the first time. The little house grew eerily silent. No more coughing, no more shared meals. This sudden freedom didn't bring joy, it brought loneliness. Sitting by the window, gazing at the fields now tinged with sadness, Anna wondered, where will my life go from here? But Anna didn't let herself sink into sorrow. She knew that, despite losing her dearest loved one, she still had God, her greatest companion. Each day, she went to church, knelt before the altar, and prayed. Her prayers weren't demands, but acts of surrender. Lord, if it's your will, grant me a partner, someone to lean on as I grow old. But above all, lead me on your path. Then one day, a miracle unfolded. A close friend introduced Anna to William, a widower from a nearby village. William was a devoted father, raising 2 young children alone after his beloved wife died of illness. He wasn't wealthy or flashy, but he exuded a sincerity and warmth Anna felt instantly. Talking with him, she was drawn to how he spoke of his children with pride and remembered his late wife with respect and love. William, in turn, was captivated by Anna's gentleness and steadfast faith. They began meeting more often. Conversations on the porch, walks along village paths, these moments kindled a beautiful bond between them. To Anna, William wasn't just a good man, he was an answer from God, a gift she'd patiently awaited for years. A dream come true, preparing for a joyful day. After months of getting to know each other, William proposed. Holding her hand, his eyes full of sincerity, he said, "Anna, I can't promise you the world, but I promise to spend my life loving and protecting you." His words moved Anna to tears. To her, it wasn't just William's vow, it was God's love manifest, a reward for her years of selfless devotion. Together they planned their wedding. Anna chose a simple yet elegant white dress, while William fixed up his home to welcome her as his wife. They decided to marry in the church, the place where Anna had poured out countless prayers. The village buzzed with excitement. Friends and neighbors came to offer congratulations, overjoyed to see Anna finally find her harbor of happiness. Each night, Anna knelt by her bed, thanking God for hearing her prayers. She dreamed of the days ahead, a cozy little family where she'd be not just William's wife, but a second mother to his children. To her, it was the greatest gift God could give after all she'd given up. Sudden tragedy, when happiness shattered in an instant. But life doesn't always unfold as we hope. Just 2 days before the wedding, devastating news struck. While working in the fields, William suffered a sudden heart attack. Rushed to help, he couldn't be saved. He was gone forever, leaving Anna in indescribable pain. Hearing the news, Anna collapsed. She couldn't cry, couldn't speak, just sat dazed, staring at the unworn wedding dress. Her dreams of a family vanished in a heartbeat, replaced by a chilling void. Friends came to comfort her, but Anna shut them out. She locked her door, sealing herself in grief and despair. In that storm of emotion, Anna turned to the one place she knew offered peace, the church. She knelt before the cross, tears streaming, and laid everything before God. "Lord, why now? I waited so long, hoped so much, and you took my happiness just as it was within reach." But amid her tears, a soft voice whispered in her heart, "Trust in me." She stopped sobbing, took a deep breath, and prayed on. "Lord, I don't understand your plan, but I trust you have a reason. Take this pain and give me strength to carry on." In that moment, Anna chose to face loss, not with resentment, but with unshakable faith in God's love. A healing journey, peace through steadfast faith. The days after William's death were the hardest of Anna's life. She stopped smiling, stopped singing, but never turned away from God. Each day she went to church, sitting for hours before the altar, talking to him like a friend. She didn't ask him to change the past or grant impossibilities, just to walk with her through the pain. Slowly, peace crept back into her soul. She opened up to others, living again with an open heart. One day, William's 2 children came to her. They missed their father, they said, but also the times she'd visited and told them stories. "Anna, can you stay with us?" the older child asked, eyes brimming with tears. Looking into those eyes, Anna glimpsed a new purpose for her life. She took the children in, raising them as her own. She taught them to pray, shared tales of their father, and built new memories with them. Though William was gone, Anna no longer felt alone. She had God, the children, and a new mission to fulfill. Lessons from Anna. Trusting God as our source of strength. Anna's life didn't end in a fairy tale perfection. She didn't get the husband she dreamed of or the family she once longed for, but she gained something greater, an unshakable faith in God, a heart that loved deeply, and a life rich with meaning. Anna taught me, and perhaps you, that trusting God isn't about every wish coming true. It's believing He's with us, even in the darkest times. That faith doesn't erase pain, but it gives us strength to rise above it. If you're facing hardship today, think of Anna. Lift your burdens to God and trust He'll lead you through. Her story isn't just about one woman. It's an invitation for us all to live with faith and hope. Anna did it, and I believe you can too. Let your heart find lightness, your soul find peace, as Anna did in God's boundless love.